Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm going to show you an example of modernism that I found when I was shopping online. So first, what is modernism? It's a distrust and rejection of traditional authority with its own valid reasons, a rise in individualism and desire for personal power, an increased faith in science and human reason as being the absolute truth, therefore resulting in faith in humanity, and that doesn't make much space for the divine because we can't measure it, so it doesn't count. So if it's not measurable by the human mind, we don't say that it actually exists, much less order our lives around it. So that being said, contrasting with pre-modernism, modernism doesn't really respect the spiritual as much and doesn't see the value. Okay, now let's look at our screenshot. So this is Amazon's best-selling and top-rated books, and so let's dive right in. So top-rated, number 1, 48 Laws of Power, with 80,000 ratings around the 5-star range, and right next to it with 85,000 ratings of around 5, we have The Psychology of Money, number 1 and number 2. The top rated of the bestsellers is a kid's book that is called Curious Minds, and I'm very curious what they're trying to promote here, but it seems pretty obvious that it's scientific naturalism. So what actually makes me think that these are examples of modernism is overall there's a high demand, clearly, for the pursuit of power and money and educational facts for the kids. And in that order, it is individualism, consumerism, and scientific naturalism. All are fruits of modernism. So I'm going to try and rapid fire through these. Individual pursuit of your own interest through power and money, human power, science and reason, not God, assuming more money and more power is more good because it's better for me. So that's the ultimate good. Sounds like individualism. My gain is ultimate good. And the kids' basics for what counts as true in the world, deadpan scientific naturalism, and also denying a creator. So right up to the bat, we have 48 Laws of Power, right from their sales page. Amoral. So morals depend on what? Morals are measurable? They're not measurable. They don't exist. Cunning, ruthless, and instructive. The definitive manual for anyone interested in gaining, observing, or defending against ultimate control. Who wants to do that? A modernist, because the king is not to be trusted, nor the pope. Is ideal whether your aim is conquest, self-defense, or simply to understand the rules of the game. This is the rules of the game. This is what's really happening out there in human society. So it also is heavily inspired by Western thinkers, and I'll pull it up here really quickly. And there they are. Okay, so people are out there to get you. You better protect yourself. People are opponents. That sounds like individualism. Being free from something or someone rather than being free to another. So being free from God and man sounds like individualism and modernism. My goals become more important than God's goals, and it's an obsession for control. Again, that is individualism. And these laws sound like they're trying to promote themselves as laws of the universe that we know from scientific naturalism, that is posing itself to be objective truth known through reason. Next up, we have Psychology of Money. Their sales page says, teaches you how to make better sense of one of life's most important topics. Another quote right on the cover says, timeless lessons on wealth, greed, and happiness. So what's most important? Happiness. How do we find it? Happiness and the creative realization of human needs and desires individually and in shared enjoyment are the continuous themes of humanism. We strive for the good life here and now. That's from the Humanist Manifesto 2. So financial decisions are made at the dinner table or a meeting room where personal history, your own unique view of the world, ego and pride, so on and so forth, scramble together. The term ego is from Sigmund Freud's work, and he really redefined what it means to be human. And this, even just this word psychology, comes from the Greek that really boils down to study of the soul. Yet we only see a brain. So let's go and look at the cover. We see a brain. Is this all the soul is? Lastly, we'll look at Curious Minds, which is a kid's book about science facts. And looking at the cover, you can see what I'm kind of guessing about here. And so taking the guessing out, some of the things they talk about is one big rock. That's how they say the earth is. Gas, solid, and liquid, all is matter. And the search for God ends in some interesting places. Our facts are known by science, and we can even tell you what the Big Bang sounded like. So to sum up the consequences of modernism on our society, I think it would just make everything highly competitive, lacking morals, and just selfish. And I think Nietzsche was right that when we lose God, we lose our humanity because no one judges us, and life becomes about getting power and getting things for yourself. So, to summarize, modernism was spotted here because there's a need to reject authority, including God, and to take on power unto the self through money and power and science. Science is truth. We take the power to resist God and man. People are opponents to fight with. Happiness and needs. My needs are most important. I'm just a brain on a stick, according to psychology. Earth is just a rock and all is matter. And living like this, society becomes competitive and immoral. And Nietzsche was right. It is all about power.